Yep.
Hello, everybody. My name's Sal Pinero. You probably recognize me from about a year ago when I did a show with Will Nicholson called The Part-Time Pod. But now I have a new co-host. You can introduce yourself.
I'm Andrew Youngworth, MCM intern, and welcome to the first episode of the Sports Wire.
Yes. Welcome to the Sports Wire. This has been a long time coming. Me and Andrew have known each other for a while, and we've always wanted to do like a sports show like this, and now we got the golden opportunity from Marshall Community Media. Shout out to them for making all of this possible.
Yep.
Their link's going to be like in the description and stuff, and they're going to be on the screen the whole time. So make sure you check them out. But yeah, Andrew, I'm excited to start the show.
I mean, I'm pumped to do this. So the way this show's going to work, we're going to have 6 segments. Each show's going to be about an hour long, 10-minute segments.
Yep,
And
there you go.
going to be mostly sports related. Sometimes we'll get a little off topic, have some fun.
Might get a little off the rails, but that's okay.
That's all right.
That's how we roll around here.
Absolutely.
So I think we got to get to our very first segment. Our first segment's going to be called Sum It Up. Welcome
to Sum It Up, the first segment of the Sports Wire. We will always open up with Sum It Up. Sum It Up is going to be us summarizing recent sports action across the globe. So let's get started. First order of business yesterday.
Yep.
The Thunder and the Timberwolves played a phenomenal Game 4.
Really good Game 4. I mean, that was a game that was what I think the playoffs was all about. You know what I mean? Like, you had these two superstars going at it: Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the MVP. It was pretty good. I saw that Minnesota actually led the game in every single set except for points scored for the entire game, and they still ended up losing, which was pretty mind-blowing to me.
Crazy, dude. I mean, Shai had a 40-point, almost triple-double. I think he had 9 rebounds and 10 assists.
I believe you're correct.
He had 10 and 9 of either rebounds and assists, and he had 40 points.
If you count free throws attempted, I think he had a triple-double.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I think Shai, that was the first time I saw, like he's obviously a superstar. We all know that. That was the best playoff game I've ever seen Shai Gilgeous-Alexander play in my life.
And another Thunder had a career playoff game. Jalen Williams had a phenomenal game.
Really good. He had
34 points.
He was on serious fraud watch for a while, if you ask me. Like he put up some stinkers in the playoffs. Like his team was winning, but he was playing really bad.
I thought you were just talking about like overall.
No,
he averaged like 22 this year.
No. During the regular season, he was great. I mean, like he was like on playoff sinker watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. No,
you know how Julius Randle is like saving himself right now from like a non-playoff riser to now he's a playoff riser type of guy.
Yeah.
He was on the opposite trajectory. He was like Nick's
Randle had a great game yesterday,
Randle had a great game. Randle's bouncing back because Randle had a really bad game too.
Actually, Anthony played very good yesterday. I think Anthony Edwards had like something in the teens. I think he had 16.
Oof. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that.
So, now the Thunder are up 3-1 with Game 5 in Oklahoma City. You know the fans are going to be covered in blue shirts.
They wear the shirts. This is what I love about small market teams making the playoffs is the fans always wear the shirts.
Yeah.
And speaking of small market teams, I think it carries into our next series for Sum It Up. Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Series currently is 2-1 in favor of the Indiana Pacers, with the Pacers winning both games at Madison Square Garden but losing Game 3 at home. Andrew, how are we feeling about the series? We have Game 4 tonight in Indiana. John Halliburton is back. He can attend the game, but he's going to be up in a suite, I think. I don't think he can be courtside. So do you think John Halliburton's going to play a factor?
I don't know. I mean, I was feeling so confident because if you don't know us, we're from Boston. We're Celtics fans.
Big Celtics fans.
So we're not really fond of the Knicks around here.
No.
I loved what was happening in Game 3 up until about midway through the third quarter. Monumental collapse. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Knicks already collapsed in this series.
Monumental collapse seems to be like the thing to do in the Eastern Conference.
I know. It's
doesn't matter what team you are. If you play in the Eastern Conference, you're going to cause at least 2 monumental collapses like per series.
Yeah, it's been happening. But Game 3, I was feeling good until the Knicks came back, but at least we'll have ourselves a series. I think Indy bounces back, wins Game 4.
I think Indy does make it 3-1 tonight. I think Tyrese Halliburton has shut a lot of people up so far this playoff run. What does he have? 5 shots to win the game or tie the game so far?
I think so.
Because he had the one in Game 1. He had the one over Giannis. He had the game winner in Cleveland.
Yep. Might be.
That's 3. Does he have any? Did he do multiple in the Milwaukee series? I'm not sure. I know he's got at least 3.
Definitely like clutch shots. But he's got 3 like almost at the buzzer.
Yeah, he's got a lot of clutch shots.
And he was 15% 50% highest voted, most overrated player in the league just a couple weeks ago.
So I think he's like.
And he goes out and has this playoff run.
And the Pacers did have an all-star this year. I believe it was Pascal. Pascal's been playing great. Don't get me wrong.
Siakam's been playing good.
Siakam, I think, is the glue that holds them together because he's what is he, the only guy on the roster with the championship, right? I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's the only guy on the roster with the
I don't
championship.
think anyone else has one. Oh,
does anyone else?
no. Aaron Naismith wasn't on the team
he wasn't
last
on the
year.
team, no.
So yeah, Siakam's
Siakam's the only guy with the
and
championship.
Aaron Naismith the other week,
really like
game
Aaron
one.
Naismith. Aaron Naismith. I don't like when he
That was
tries to
absurd.
clown the Celtics because then he's just making himself look goofy. But when he's just playing his game, playing good defense, shooting the ball well, he's the guy that I really like watching.
And then game 4 of the Panthers and Hurricanes happened last night in the NHL.
Yep.
Carolina surprisingly won. I thought the Panthers were going to sweep. I'm not going to lie. I thought the
did.
Panthers were sweeping.
You know, I'm rooting for Marchie. You know, I mean, it hurt my heart when I saw that the Bruins traded him. I didn't think they would ever do something as dumb as that, but they did.
I mean,
So I'd love to see my guy win one more Stanley Cup in his career, which I think he'll play one more season, but I think after next year he'll be done. So I'd love to see him win again.
yeah, and I think the Panthers will win the cup. The Panthers are absolutely
Really.
disgusting.
I would love to say the Panthers are going to win the cup, but I have to go with the best player in the entire league, and who might become the best player of all time, Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid will never become the best player of all time.
I don't think he might not, but he'll definitely be 2. He can definitely get to number 2.
I don't think he can.
Really?
I don't think he can.
Who's number 2 in your opinion? Is it Lemieux?
Probably Lemieux. And McDavid, he's skilled, but he just doesn't have that. He just doesn't have the legacy.
Not yet.
I mean, he's been in the league for like
Every player
9 years.
Every player
now.
had 0 rings at one point in their career.
I know, but McDavid's had it for about a decade. One of the I agree, one of the best players ever, but not top 2.
Crazy thing is, obviously not yet. Best player in the league though, right?
Yeah.
So think about this though. McDavid has never won a Stanley Cup, but he does have, I don't know what the actual thing is called because he has 1 Conn Smythe, and doesn't even have a Stanley Cup, which is really impressive.
Yeah, I know.
I think the last time that ever happened in any professional sport was in like the 1970s when Jerry West won NBA Finals MVP and the Lakers lost.
Yeah, no, that is actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, tonight Oilers and Stars game 4 is in Edmonton. Edmonton's up 2-1.
I think series becomes 3-1.
I think so too. I mean, Dallas is so good though.
Dallas is really good. They have Tyler Seguin, former Bruin. Shout out Tyler Seguin.
Well, Sagan actually scored the other
He
night.
did score the other night. It was awesome.
Sagan doesn't really do much anymore, but yeah, he had a baller game the other night.
He's just out there to play hockey, dude. Play hockey, hit some people, score some goals. That's what he does.
I think a Stars Panthers Stanley Cup would be better.
That would be really electric.
than Oilers Panthers. Actually,
I'm curious. I only know 2 guys that play for the Dallas Stars. Do you
Who
know
are-
the reason why I know these 2 guys?
obviously Sagan because
Yep.
he was a Bruin.
Seguin. Well, that is the reason I know Seguin, but the other guy, there's only one reason I know him.
Jamie Benn.
Yes, it is Jamie Benn. Do you know why?
Well, because he's been on the team for like ever.
No. It's because he was in a Dude Perfect video.
Yeah, they were both.
They were both in a Dude Perfect video.
Well, yeah. Well, those were also like they've been the guys there forever.
They have been the guys there forever. Now they have a really good team right now. A lot of people that we know have Dallas winning too, I believe, in their Stanley Cup bracket online.
Yeah, I think Dallas is actually favored to win it if we look at
Live
the
betting
odds. Yeah. I'm not sure actually. I mean, they got guys like Rantanen. Rantanen has had the best playoffs in the league, 100%. Rantanen has had the best playoff run.
Guy's been an animal.
He's been an absolute stud.
Right.
Well, yeah, the playoffs
Yeah.
are coming to an end.
The playoffs are definitely playoffing right now. They
are.
As Will Nicholson would say.
And NBA is heating up. NHL is heating up. We'll get a Stanley Cup final soon. We'll get an NBA final soon.
Yeah, we will.
The coverage is going to be absurd.
Coverage will be great. So that's all for Sum It Up. Thank you guys so much. Next segment. All right, welcome to our next segment called Stock Up, Stock Down. What this segment is we're going to take 2 stock up scenarios in sports where that could be guys or teams that are on the rise doing really well, and 2 stock down scenarios where that's going to be players or teams that are on the downward slope. So, Andrew, our first one that we have is a stock up. I am buying the stock of Marcelo Meyer right now. Just recently called up to the Red Sox from Worcester. Obviously, it sucks the reason why he got called up because Alex Bregman, who's been an absolute animal this year for the Red Sox, unfortunately has a hamstring injury, so we don't know how long he's going to be out for. But Marcelo already recorded his first hit. He's in the starting lineup. He's in the big leagues now. I think stock is very high on Marcelo Meyer at the moment.
I agree 100%. I mean, it was the worst reason possible for him to get called up. Losing Bregman absolutely sucks because he's been balling all year. He had, I think, 12 bombs
12
already
home runs.
going into Memorial Day weekend. But, yeah, Meyer, he's got his first career hit, and he's batting .333 through three games.
Doing pretty good.
So, yeah, I'm liking Meyer so far.
If you're a rookie batting over 300 and your name's not Ichiro, like, that's really, really good.
I know.
But if you're Ichiro, that's just like another day, you know what I mean?
I'm liking all the Sox rookies. Kristen Campbell, I love. And
Really
then
like
Meyer,
Campbell. Campbell, love Campbell. I'm a big soup guy, so, you know, love me some Christian Campbell.
Some nice Campbell soup.
So now the opposite side of this is going to be stock down. Andrew, I have some serious stock down on the Colorado Rockies.
I mean, who doesn't have stock down on the Colorado Rockies? They're 9-42, which is the worst start in MLB history.
Yep.
And keep in mind, the MLB has been a league since the 1800s.
Yes.
So
before some of your like great grandparents were alive, the MLB's been going on.
Yeah, literally for generations and generations and generations. So to be 9-42 at this point is
really bad.
Is absurd.
And one of the biggest things I like to point out, they play in probably the easiest stadium to hit home runs in the entire league, other than Yankee Stadium, due to
I was about to say
due to max elevation.
Arguably, yeah. Probably the Rockies or Yankee Stadium is the easiest to hit home runs, but they do play.
I'd say overall, Rockies Coors Field is easier, but I think for left-handed batters, Yankee Stadium is easier just because of the short porch and left.
I mean, for left-handed batters, Fenway Park's easy too.
Yeah, if you hit the pesky pole, Fenway's
If you hit it perfectly, Fenway, you can hit like a 310 home run.
Yeah.
But the Rockies also play in the hardest division in baseball.
That is very
So
true.
their record could potentially plummet lower than the White Sox record last year, which was the lowest record in MLB history last year. We could potentially have back-to-back lowest records ever in the history of the MLB. That is crazy.
That's like the opposite of what you want to see, because obviously in 2018 we saw the Red Sox won, 111 games?
108.
108 games, which was the most in franchise history, right?
Yep.
And not the most in the American League, because the American League was the Seattle Mariners the year that they lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I believe. But yeah, we see teams winning a lot of games, and now we might go back-to-back years of teams winning less than 50.
Yeah, I guess so. The Rockies might
go
break
less
40.
Than 40. Oof, who knows?
If they break 40, dude, that would actually be unbelievable.
I think the Rockies got to learn that this isn't golf. The low score does not win.
I don't think they
start
got
winning some
anyone doing
games.
anything over there.
So Andrew, I'll let you shift over now to the other options.
So we're gonna stick with a professional team, and for the stock up, we got the Cornell lacrosse team, Cornell Bears.
Yeah. The Ivy League is on top right now.
Ivy League and lacrosse is on top, and Cornell just won the national championship, taking down the Maryland Terrapins 13-10 yesterday. Cornell's first championship since 1977, breaking the drought, winning the championship.
I don't know much about lacrosse, but I know it's a very entertaining sport to watch when you know the score is high and the goalie doesn't know what he's doing out there in the net. And I'm definitely trying to watch more of lacrosse, but when you see like an Ivy League team win, that's always good for the sport.
Dude, college lacrosse is so much fun to watch, and Cornell was just disgusting this year. They finished the regular season 17-1, losing only one game all year.
Who was their one loss to?
Princeton, who was the
more
3
Ivy League.
seed.
More Ivy League, there you go.
Princeton was the 3 seed this year in the playoffs. They got upset, though.
Ooh, who'd they lose to?
They lost in the Elite Eight to Syracuse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew's Orange right there, baby.
Yep, shout out to Syracuse.
There you go.
I'm a freshman next year.
There you go.
And Tyler's going to be a sophomore at University of Rhode Island next year.
Sir. Go Rams, baby.
Who also just won the World Series. Quick stock up mention.
Yes, stock up on the URI Rams in the Atlantic 10 for college baseball. I forget his name, but our pitcher is an absolute demon for what he did on the mound. If anyone missed it, he pitched the final out. It was a ground out to the second baseman. Before the second baseman threw it over to first base, he took off his glove and started doing the ring me celebration to his dugout. And when the out was made, the entire team stormed the field.
Dude, it was picked up by ESPN, Bleacher Report, Houseline. It went viral.
Everywhere.
It went viral. Everyone saw it. It was amazing.
And if you guys want stock up on a good draft prospect maybe for the MLB, Anthony DePino, third baseman for the Rams.
Stud.
In game before World Series, DePino hit a go-ahead grand slam in like the 8th inning to put the Rams on top and eventually seal the deal.
Really?
Kid's got a lot of power in that bat.
I mean, Rhode Island baseball on the rise, man. You love to see it.
Very much on the rise.
One of the ultimate stock ups, actually.
Big stock up right there. That's like buying Google in the 90s.
Yeah, honestly. With a championship win, you love to see that.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of college teams. We got Cornell lacrosse, Rhode Island baseball.
Everyone's just on the uprise right now, man.
Love to see it. Stock down. We already touched on this a little bit, but the Timberwolves,
Yes.
I'd say, are stock down. Going down 3-1, losing a crucial game 4 at home.
I wouldn't say their stock's down crazy right now. Like, it's not like if a company goes bankrupt crazy like NASDAQ.
No.
But I think this is pretty bad. Like, you saw, they let in like every single statistical stat yesterday, and they still couldn't get it done.
No, they were right there. They were so close to tying it up 2-2, which would have been huge. But Game 5 at Oklahoma, down 3-1, dude. Like, they made it so much harder.
This is a game, though,
They made
that
it so much
really
harder.
could go anywhere. And I think now, even if Minnesota does end up losing this game tomorrow night, I think next year Minnesota is going to be even better just because of new ownership. Like, as much as I personally hate Alex Rodriguez, just as a Boston fan, and I think A-Rod's the most hated athlete in the city of Boston, more than Kyrie Irving, more than anyone else, I think A-Rod knows where to put his money because now he's the owner of the team. I think they'll build an even better roster around him. I think they'll keep like the core pieces, like Naz Reid, DiVincenzo, Julius Randle, Ant. Some of these big guys, Alexander Walker, which if you didn't know by the 50 times they mentioned it during the game yesterday, him and Shea are cousins, if you were wondering. Said it a lot. But I think Alex Rodriguez is going to do a good job of building around this team, getting them a true point guard. Like, I love Mike Conley, don't get me wrong. Big Mike Conley guy, same draft class as Al Horford. But Mike Conley's getting old, and you want to have a young point guard that can stay out there for like 30-plus minutes a night.
I mean, yeah, I like the idea of athletes owning teams more than businessmen because businessmen are all in it for the money. Athletes want to win. That's why I like the idea of A-Rod purchasing the Timberwolves.
And especially I like it being the Timberwolves because if like my teams don't win, like if the Patriots, the Red Sox, the Celtics, or the Bruins don't win the championship, I'll always root for a team that has never won it before.
Yeah.
So in 2023, I was pulling for the Rangers. I wasn't pulling for the Eagles in 2018 because obviously the Pats were in there. But like, I'd say I was pulling for the
The Nuggets 2 years ago.
Nuggets, yeah. Well, I mean, that was more personal because Miami had beaten them. But like right now, I have a 75% chance of being happy at the end of the NBA season. Because there's 3 teams left that have never won a championship before, and it's only the Knicks that have one. I'm not counting OKC as Seattle because the Supersonics are coming back, and they already said that they're going to give the Supersonics everything that they had. So I'm saying OKC has 0.
No, I agree with you. OKC doesn't have any. But yeah, Minnesota is Game 5 is gonna be a struggle. That's why I picked them for my stock down.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on the stock down. Like, it was not a good outing yesterday. Although Nickel Alexander Walker had himself a day yesterday on the hardwood.
Yeah, he
played very well.
He did.
Too bad his team couldn't keep up with him though.
I mean, we'll see what they got in Game 5, man, coming up on Tuesday. So
I mean, that's gonna be must-see TV right there. Get your popcorn ready.
That's going to be a phenomenal game. Well, that's going to do it for today's Stock Up, Stock Down. Thank you for watching. First ever Stock Up, Stock Down, man.
Yeah.
More to come.
More to come.
This is another segment that you will be seeing every time. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's Stock Up, Stock Down. Let's move on to the next segment. Welcome to Call Your Shot, the segment where we give a bold prediction about any sport during the season.
All right. So I have mine. Do you have yours ready to go?
I'll let you start.
All right. I'm going to call it right now. Tarek Skubal is going to three-peat as a Cy Young winner. So he won his first one last year. I think he's going to win it this season, and I think he's going to win it next season too.
Really?
You saw what the man did the other day. He threw a Maddox, which if you guys don't know what a Maddox is, it's when a pitcher throws a complete game shutout in under 100 pitches, and he finished it on a 103-mile-per-hour pitch to get his final strikeout of the day.
That is actually insane, being able to throw 103 that late in the game.
Yeah. Like, I love me some Garrett Crochet in the American League, and Jacob deGrom's very good too. Tarek Skubal is just different, man.
I know.
Like that, and he's such a pitching nerd too. When I listen to him like talk in interviews, he says that like his favorite pitch he threw was like a changeup to somebody, because he just really liked how it moved. Like, it was so high up, and then it just dipped like you were going down a roller coaster, and the guy swung at it. So yeah, my call your shot is Tarek Skubal is going to three-peat as an American League Cy Young winner.
What's his record this year so far?
Good.
I know it's good.
Let me check the app real quick. Skubal's record on the season is 5-2. You know, had some rough outings, but the guy, I believe he has a sub-2 ERA, and I saw it the other day. He's on pace for like an 11 K/9, which is just absolutely insane.
His ERA is 2.5 right now.
2.5.
I think I would actually. I don't even think this is biased. I think I would rather have Crochet on my team than Scuba.
I mean, I love me some Garrett Crochet. Like, you heard me. Dude's an animal.
Yeah.
His team just isn't really great at putting up runs for the kid. But I just think Scooble, like, when he has crazy outings like that, like going 9 innings and under 100 pitches and pitching the shutout too, he was 2 hits away from a perfect game.
I know.
Like, didn't walk a single batter, just gave up like 2 flukes, and that was it. So, yeah, that's my pick. Tarek Skubal will three-peat as a Cy Young winner. All
right. I like that. I mean, I don't see that happening. I think Crochet is winning either this year or next year. I'm not going to lie. I think Crochet is better than Skubal. If Skubal three-peats, bro, that'd be crazy.
That's some serious dominance.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
How do you think the Tigers are going to do this year for the rest of the year? Like, how far do you think the Tigers really go?
I think they can win the Central for sure. It's going to be tough because you got to compete with Kansas City.
Yep.
Kansas City has like one of my personal favorite players.
They have your boy.
They have my guy Bobby Witt Jr. I think it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be within 5 games of who wins the Central out of the 2 of them. And I could really see them making it to the ALDS for sure. Maybe the ALCS, but I don't know. It's going to depend on like how injuries play in that one, obviously. But I think they have a chance to make it to the LCS.
So who do you think makes it to the World Series?
Ooh, this is tough. I think the World Series is going to be between the Los Angeles Dodgers, obviously, and you know what? Give me the Royals.
Royals?
Give me the Royals in the World Series. Reagans has been a dog. Some of the other players have been really good. Bubic has been really nice. Bobby Witt is Bobby Witt. So yeah, give me Royals Dodgers in the World Series.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you've always been a big Bobby Witt guy, big Royals guy.
Big Bobby Witt Jr. guy. Not as much about the Royals as a whole. I just think Bobby Witt's really good.
That kind of leads to my call your shot because I was asking that question because I got to call your shot.
I'm ready for your call your shot.
All right.
Ready for this.
So this is my bold prediction, and it's also in the MLB. I think that the Seattle Mariners are going to win the World Series this year.
That is not something I saw coming, but I think I know your reasoning behind this, though. Their pitching is insane.
The pitching is ridiculous.
Their pitching is
a World Series team needs pitching. They've always needed pitching.
They have
Seattle's bullpen is ridiculous. Their starters are ridiculous, and their bullpen is one of the best in the league.
They have a great bullpen. They have the best closer in the American League right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Andres Munoz. I don't think anyone's better than him right now. And they have a crazy 1-2-3 punch of pitchers. One of the pitchers I hate personally because I'm an MLB The Show player, and he's a troll in packs, George Kirby.
George Kirby.
Can't stand him.
Yeah, I knew that one was coming.
But, like, Brian Wu has been absolutely insane.
He just, like, appered. It's been crazy.
Dude just, like, spawned in, but he's just been, like, absolutely lights out on the mound.
And, like, Seattle's record is not that – like, it's solid. I think they're 30 and 23 right now. But I think Seattle's going to go in, like, some crazy run because they've never made it to the World Series. They've never been there. I think Seattle goes on a crazy run. They make it to the World Series, and I think they win it. I think they have a magical run this year, and I think Julio Rodriguez will have a crazy playoff run. He'll get remembered as like a Seattle legend. Coming off of this year.
Like that. I'm a big Julio guy too.
I'm a Julio Rodriguez guy the way you're a Bobby Witt guy. I love J-Rod, dude. I think he's so good.
I like J-Rod, but you know Bobby Witt's my guy. I think J-Rod is an unbelievable talent, though. And he's not even their best offensive player right now. I think it's Cal Raleigh.
Well, I agree.
Cal Raleigh has been hitting the leather off the baseball this season.
Dude,
he's an animal.
I think they have so much talent around them. I think Seattle gets it done. I think Seattle makes it to the World Series. I hate teams like the Dodgers that buy everything. Seattle, almost all of their team is homegrown.
Yep.
I love
Do they still
the
have
Mariners
Castillo or no? They traded him, right?
They did, yeah.
They did trade Castillo, okay. But yeah, I am a big fan of that take, actually. I really like that.
Yeah.
I think Seattle's a city you always like to see up.
I know. I know. Seattle's one of those cities where you just kind of root for them.
The Kraken being good is always fun. The Seahawks being good is always pretty fun.
Yeah.
Especially when they had the LOB.
The Kraken still gotta take that next step. But once they're good, dude, I feel like that'll actually be electric.
I think the Supersonics will be jumping with it when they're back in a few years. So yeah. I really like this take of Seattle.
So yeah, we got Skubal. It's gonna three-peat Cy Young.
Yep.
And we got the Mariners are gonna win the 2025 World Series.
I'm a big fan of it. I like bold championship predictions. I really like that too.
I'm here for it. They're going to do what the Rangers did 2 years ago. They're going to go on a run, and they're going to secure their first ever World Series.
Yeah.
led by Julio Rodriguez.
We were saying this earlier too. We love seeing new teams win.
We love seeing new teams win around
It's
here.
something about that first banner going up that's magical.
It's just so
You know what I mean?
special.
All right, yeah. Thank you guys for watching Call Your Shot, and keep watching us on the Sports Wire here on our channel.
Welcome to Wheel of Takes, where we have a spinning wheel full of topics. Whatever topic it lands on, you got to give a hot take, and then me and Tyler discuss about it. We will have a physical spin wheel here soon. It will be here. We'll have a whole decorative set here soon. This is pilot episode, first episode.
You know how pilot episodes work. You don't have the crazy budget for the pilot. You got to get picked up by the network first.
We will get there. We will get there.
So
So for right now, we got a wheel on my phone, which I will screen record now, and we'll put it on the screen.
Yes, we can do that.
So, Tyler, do you want to start us off?
I can start us off. You know, I'm here to burn the house down, figuratively, not literally, but let's do it.
All right, so on the wheel, we've got each league, all 4 major leagues, college, golf, and English Premier League soccer. Then we also got free agency trades, most overrated, most underrated, everything for takes. Ready?
I love it.
All right, so let's give the wheel a spin, and we're going to see what it lands on here for you. So your take is college football.
Okay.
All right, that's a fun one.
I like college football a lot.
Let's get a college football hot take here.
Okay. I gotta think of this real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, now we'll cut this off for a sec.
Yeah, we'll cut this off. All right, I got it.
Yeah?
Ready? All right. So you said my hot take is for college football?
Yeah.
All right, I got one. Give me Ryan Williams of the Alabama Crimson Tide to win the Biletnikoff Award this season.
Wow. Really?
18-year-old kid. Got a lot of hype around his name. I'm taking him to win the Biletnikoff.
Okay. I like that, actually. He's younger than both of us.
He is younger than both of us.
I mean,
that kind of pisses me off, but you got to support the younger generation.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Jeremiah Smith's going to win it.
I mean, that's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think, that he's going to win it. But then they're going to throw you a curveball. Like you saw Scooble's changeup went from up here to down here. They're going to throw you a curveball, and Ryan Williams is just going to be a dog.
I mean, well, Ryan Williams already is a dog. He had one of the greatest. Both of them had the greatest freshman season of all time, and that kind of segues into this right here. You saw the cover, right?
I did
of College
see the cover,
Football 26.
Yep.
The cover released today, the day we're filming this.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, we can put the cover up right here real quick.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the cover,
here it is.
It's right here.
It's like I'm holding it in my hand right now. See that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, right there. I think Ryan Williams actually had a better start to his freshman season than Jeremiah Smith. So I actually don't think that's a crazy take at all. I think that's a good take.
I think Jeremiah Smith is the best receiver in college football, but I think Ryan Williams is just going to have those numbers because he's so fast.
I know.
And he's really good after the catch, so I think it'll put him over the edge.
I think Ryan Williams, though, he plays tougher DBs, in my opinion, because he's in the SEC. Jeremiah Smith will play a couple, he'll play, I think this year they play Oregon on their schedule, Penn State's on their schedule, and obviously Michigan.
Yeah, and don't forget when he gets to Michigan.
But, Ohio State's still going to play,
Michigan
Maryland, Purdue.
Michigan is not going to allow him to do anything.
I know.
They'll hold him every play if they have to.
But, Ryan Williams is going to have to play Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, Florida. Ryan Williams is going to have tougher matchups out there for sure.
Yeah, he will, but I think if anyone can do it, it's him.
And what I'm excited for both of them, though, is they both have new quarterbacks coming in this year.
This dude reclassed up.
I know.
To play at Bama.
He graduated early.
Yeah. I think that takes some serious balls to do something like that.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And I think if you're going to do something like that, you got to go out and win a big one.
I think Alabama gets back in the playoff this year.
Yes, 100%. Especially now with the new format, how it's not going to be conference winners are going to be the highest seeds. I think so. Yes.
Even though Alabama didn't make it last year.
Yeah, I think they can bounce back.
Last year they were 9-3. I think this year they finished 10-2.
I was going to say 10-2, 11-1 maybe. 12-0 ain't happening though.
No way. I don't think anyone in the SEC goes 12-0.
No way. No. I think the only team that could maybe do it is Georgia, just because Georgia's just so good every year. But
Jonell Aguero is going to start from this year?
Yeah. Shout out Jonell. Thomas Kelly mossed him, by the way.
Jonell Aguero played at a prep school in Massachusetts, and he played our high school.
Yeah, and he got mossed.
He did get mossed.
Just so everybody knows that D1 athlete got mossed by a public school student.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Well, I like that take, though. That's a good take.
Appreciate that.
Now it's my turn for the wheel.
I'm excited. because Andrew cooks at a very high temperature, so we don't know what's going to happen here.
All right, let's see what we got here. Breakout
Ooh,
star.
I love this one.
Okay, so I'm
I
going to
love
pick
this one.
a breakout star that I think, that's someone I think is going to break out in any league.
I like this a
So
lot.
let me think for a sec. This one's a little biased, but I'm so fully confident in this. Michael Penix is going to be a Pro Bowler this year.
I like it.
Michael Penix is breaking out. He's going to win a Pro Bowl this year. He has all of the supporting cast around him. So even though we live in Massachusetts, I'm a Falcons fan. Been a Falcons fan, diehard Falcons fan. Always will be. I'm not a Patriots fan. I like the Patriots, but I'm a diehard Falcons fan. Michael Penix is going to be a Pro Bowler this year.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think he's really good. Obviously, we saw him go 13-0 with Washington. And, I'm hoping it can translate to the NFL. When he got to start last year, he looked pretty good. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
He had a couple starts last year. Played a baller of a game against Washington. Threw a game-tying touchdown, even though we ended up losing because the Falcons are terrible. But he's got the supporting cast around him. He's got Drake London as a receiver. He's got Pitts as a tight end. He's got Bijan as a running back. All three of those guys are superstars. Even though people like to hate on Pitts, Pitts is still the talent of a 4th overall pick. That's why he was the highest picked tight end ever. And then Bijan is an absolute stud.
Bijan's really good. That guy definitely knows how to play football. He's really, really good.
But Michael Penix has a supporting cast, and he can fling the ball. I've been following the Falcons in the offseason because they're my team. I'm gonna be following them forever.
He can let that thing fly. And Atlanta knows how to produce a lefty quarterback. So,
dude, and their schedule is not that hard.
Yeah.
I really think Michael Penix is going to be the breakout star that I think he's going to be, and I think he's going to make the Pro Bowl.
I would really like that. I said it all before. I don't really follow the Falcons like that, but I watched Michael Penix in college. He was a Heisman finalist. Where did he get to? The national championship?
Yep, made it to the national championship and lost to Michigan.
Lost to Michigan because that Michigan team was just really, really good at football.
What about J.J. McCarthy? You think he breaks out?
If I had an NFL take, I would have said that the Vikings were going to regret not bringing back Sam Darnold because I like J.J. McCarthy, don't get me wrong. I just think J.J. McCarthy looked so good in college because he had 2 absolutely insane running backs in his backfield, and he didn't have to air it out as much because they could just ground and pound.
I mean, Donovan Edwards just went undrafted. They were insane in college, but they didn't get drafted.
Yeah, I'm saying from a college. This is all I've got to watch because we didn't get to watch
from a college standpoint.
We didn't get to watch J.J. McCarthy at all last year because
I don't think Sam Darnold did much for the team. I think it's just the Vikings being good.
Yeah,
I don't think the quarterback's really gonna. I don't think the team obviously won't go 14-3 again or 13-4.
Something.
They're not gonna have that season again.
Yeah.
I think Sam Darnold was good because of how good his receivers are.
I guess, but he still made some really good plays.
He did make some good throws.
The ghost allegations are definitely gone.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's not Sam Darnold was Zach Wilson status at one point.
Yeah, he doesn't see dead people anymore. Good job, Sam.
Yeah, well, that's going to do it for
Wheel of Takes,
for this Wheel of Takes. Wheel of Takes will be on the show every single day.
This is going to be a daily, not daily, but
a
showly segment, I guess.
Yeah, Wheel of Takes is going to be on every single show, so... Yeah, that'll do it for Wheel of Takes. We'll be back with the next segment. Let's go.
Welcome to the final segment of every show. This is going to be our favorite. It's our draft segment. It's called On the Clock. Andrew, I came up with today's draft category. Today's category is give me 5 athletes, dead or alive, any sport you would want to invite to a cookout. I will give you the first pick.
I love this draft, actually. This is in honor of Memorial Day, a nice Memorial Day cookout theme.
Thank you to all of our veterans that died protecting our country. We thank you guys, thank you and your families so much for all the freedom you've given us, giving me and Andrew the opportunity to do this show. So we thank you guys all very much.
Never forget what Memorial Day is really all about.
Yes, sir.
So now let's get into this draft.
Let's get into
this. I got the first pick?
Yes.
All right, so with my first pick, and I'm pretty sure you can kind of see this is coming. I'm pretty sure you can actually guess who I'm going to pick.
I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to trust you on guessing.
But my first pick is going to be Shaquille O'Neal.
That's
my first
great pick. I can't argue with that. Shaq, life of the party.
Shaq is the cookout guy, too. Imagine hanging with Shaq at a cookout. Not even just the fact that he's, funny.
So, I think I'm going to rebound off of that. Shaq, great pick, obviously. I think I'm going to take the obvious second pick here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Gronk.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
So, I'm going to bring Gronk to the cookout. I feel like those guys are, the consensus top choices.
I agree. It was those two. But I was debating, but with Shaq, I picked Shaq because I got my next pick coming. My next pick, my number 2 pick is Charles Barkley.
Okay, all right, that's a really good. A really good duo.
If my table is Charles Barkley and Shaq, bro, I'm gonna be laughing the whole time.
You'll be laughing. There might be a fight that happens.
They might fight each other. It's just, oh my god. Whenever you get Charles Barkley and Shaq together, dude, it's just the greatest time.
It's really good. Like, it doesn't get much better than Charles Barkley.
No, it really doesn't.
Ooh, my next pick. This is tough. I think. Oh, okay. I think my next pick, I'm going to go J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith, that's a fun pick.
I think J.R. would definitely bring like the party like this. I'm going for like a good time.
Like a fun party too.
Now I have J.R. Smith. I think those two are going to make the function very active.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun having those guys there. So yeah, my second pick's going to be J.R. Smith.
Yeah, J.R. Smith's a good one, dude. J.R. Smith has always been a fun time.
Loves the Hennessy. You know how he be.
J.R. Smith's a fun guy, dude.
Yep.
J.R. Smith loves to have fun. That's a good pick. So you got J.R. Smith and Gronk at your table.
Yep.
And I got Chuck and Shaq at mine. So I'm going to diverge from the NBA on TNT group. I'm not going to go like Ernie Johnson or Kenny Smith because that would just be like, that'd be kind of boring. I just wanted that duo. So with my third pick, I could go so many different ways here.
I know. It's really tough. This is a really good draft, actually.
So for my third pick, I'm going to switch leagues here. We're going to go MLB. You're going to give me Big Papi. David Ortiz is going to join the Cookout.
That's a great pick.
So
we're gonna how did I not think
We're going to have David Ortiz, who in my opinion is the baseball version of Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I think.
They really remind me of the same dude. They both have a similar build, but they're also both like funny, down-to-earth guys.
I think David Ortiz is the best personality in the MLB.
And he is so funny, dude. Like, give me David Ortiz with Shaq and Chuck, bro. Like, David Ortiz will pitch in on like, I think it'd be so much fun.
My next pick, it's just I want to make it entertaining too, and I need to have a gambling table at my party.
Okay.
Give me Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's gonna bring the deck of cards. He's gonna bring the chips. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna win some money. It's gonna get competitive. So he might not be a big partier, but I know Jordan enjoyed his cigars. He enjoyed playing cards.
You bring Jordan to the table. He's locking in on whatever you're
Bring me
doing.
Michael Jordan to the party. He might fight somebody, but that's okay. That's why we have Gronk there.
So you're going to get a table of poker going.
We might get a poker table going. We're going to have Jordan there just in case anybody wants to bet on anything.
Does J.R. Smith know how poker works?
Probably not.
No way J.R. Smith knows anything about poker,
A few drinks
bro.
will probably figure it out.
Nah, J.R. Smith is not figuring out poker.
Right
J.R. Smith's going to go bankrupt, dude.
Now we got Gronk, J.R. Smith, and Jordan. And you got,
that's a fun group, bro. Do you think Gronk knows how?
Yeah, because Gronk knows how to lock in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do you think Gronk would be locked in with Michael Jordan around?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, Michael Jordan gets anyone
bring me
locked
Michael
in.
Jordan to the function just to get some gambling going.
So now we got Shaq, we got Chuck, we got Big Papi. So we got room for 2 more.
Yep.
All right, I think I'm going to go back to basketball. We're going to go with an older dude. I'm going to bring Larry Bird to my Cookout.
That could get real entertaining with Charles Barkley as a
That's
table.
what I mean. You got Larry Bird mixed in there with Papi, Chuck, and Shaq. Yeah,
I like it.
Larry Bird is the ultimate trash talker, and I feel like Chuck and Shaq are going to be talking. Then I feel like Larry Bird would just like jumping on Shaq's side just to roast Chuck because everyone likes to roast Chuck.
Yeah, it's fun roasting Charles Barkley. I like making fun of him.
Yeah, so I feel like if I bring Bird, I feel like Bird could like cook up a mean burger.
I think Bird. All right, so my next pick, I'm gonna go in the direction of just having a guy that knows how to cook, and he's a funny dude with a funny accent. Give me Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Serge Ibaka loves cooking up food. I think he'll bring some good food to the Cookout. Give me Serge Ibaka as like a utility guy.
I love Serge Ibaka as a utility guy. He's a funny dude. And you know what? I think I know who to round out. Actually, can I make a substitution?
Sure.
So I am going to make a substitution here. I'm going to take out Larry Bird. I'm going to replace it with Boban Marjanovic.
Ooh, good pull.
I'm going to bring Boban to the table with me.
Yep.
Keeping it up with the NBA big men. Going to bring Boban. And I'm going to wrap it up with another. So it's going to be all NBA centers in David Ortiz. My final pick, we're going to bring back, unfortunately, someone who has passed away. Dikembe Mutombo is going to be joining my table.
Good pick.
Dikembe Mutombo. Like, he's a funny guy, but I feel like at this table, like, he would just be laughing the whole time.
Yep.
And I feel like seeing Mutombo laugh would just make me laugh. Yep. And I'd probably sit next to Dikembe, and we'd both just laugh the whole time.
So my last pick, I'm going to base this off of the receiver show, just seeing how cool of a personality he is. Give me George Kittle.
Yeah, I agree.
I want George Kittle.
I love George Kittle, dude. He's awesome.
So my roster is it's Gronk, Michael Jordan, George Kittle, Serge Ibaka, and who was my other one? I forget. What am I thinking here?
Gronk?
I said Gronk.
Oh, J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith, yeah, sorry.
That is all over the
Gronk,
place, bro.
J.R. Smith, Michael Jordan, Serge Ibaka, and George Kittle. That's my 5. What's your 5?
That table's all over the place.
Table is all over the place, but you need variety.
So I got Shaq and Chuck. I got Big Poppy. I got Boban, and I got Dikembe Mutombo, and obviously myself.
I think that could be like both of these tables could be a really good time either way. One's a lot of roasting, and one it's a lot of all over the place. But I think it's guys that could like mesh well with each other.
Yeah, mine is mostly laughs. You guys are doing like activities.
Yeah, we're doing stuff. We're gonna be betting on all the games. Everyone's gonna be winning some money. It's gonna be fun.
Imagine those two tables like combined together at like a cookout. Like you get those two tables.
Still be pretty fun.
But then they like break off and they go do something after. Like
yeah.
Imagine play like MJ in cornhole.
Ooh, I think I don't know.
He would take it so serious. And he's probably
really
like so good at it too.
He'd probably like shoot like this, honestly.
Yeah, MJ definitely does like the
spin,
the flick. Yeah, like the
my brother spins the bag. I don't like spinning the bag.
I don't either. I just like to just toss it.
All right, so yeah, that's my 5. That's Andrew's 5. Let us know who has the better 5.
Yeah.
And
who has the better 5? We'll have a poll up right in the top left of here.
We can do that. Yeah.
Make sure you pick who's got the better table.
Who's got the better table?
Me or Tyler?
Yeah.
I mean, I think my table's better.
That was the first episode of the Sports Wire. I'm Tyler. This is Andrew. Thank you for watching the very first episode of the Sports Wire. Let's have a good night.